Tank and Jake. They've been going at it for years, and it would have happened sooner, you know what I'm saying? But we have hiccups in life. That's what I call it, hiccups, but they lessons to learn from. Y'all with me? And it was good for us, to tell you the truth, because when I stepped back in the head Vegas, James, I haven't been there, it brought back so much memories.
Tank has not yet released a statement regarding the split. However, many boxing fans claim they saw it coming, especially since Calvin Ford did not participate in Tank's training camp before the fight against Lamont Roach. Ford explained that their relationship had already been strained. The first major issue came when Tank announced his retirement without informing anyone. Back in January, Davis said he wanted to undergo therapy and mental health treatment so he could be a better father. "That's why I don't want to box anymore," Davis told Inside Boxing Live in January.
What's going on with Tank, and are we going to see, and when are we going to see him back?
He got a little legal issue. As soon as they get through the courts, they'll set a date, and all we can do is wait. I don't get into that side, you know what I mean? I'm just there.
Davis said, "I want to do therapy, but I feel that if I do, I might lose the fire inside me. I want everything to come out so I never think about fighting again or even getting angry. I have 2 daughters, and I want to be softer and more humble for them."
Like come back and help too, you know what I mean? So it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion, you know what I mean? Ain't no bad.
Ford added, "It's all about being true to yourself. If you continue doing something you don't want to do, something is wrong." Shortly after this, Davis entered a training camp without Calvin Ford. Despite the team's efforts to hide the situation, it became clear that there had been internal issues within Tank's camp since the beginning of the year.
What's going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in you can get knocked out like that, so I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know.
This was the result of long-standing misunderstandings that had been quietly building up since the preparation for the Lamont Roach fight.
With the Tank, what's going on with Tank, and are we going to see, and when are we going to see him back?
He got a little legal issue. As soon as they get through the courts, they'll set a date, and all we can do is wait. I don't get into that side, you know what I mean? I'm just there when they need me.
The tension began when Ford decided to step back and focus on his younger fighters. Many boxing fans believe Tank does not pay his trainers well. Although Ford has denied these claims many times, saying he and Tank have a father-son relationship, he eventually grew tired of Tank's behavior and distanced himself from the camp. Ford was clearly unhappy, and Tank was unwilling to understand the situation.
I don't even know Calvin for CCO. I know Calvin, you know what I mean? I don't know.
There was no public quarrel, but it was obvious their relationship was no longer smooth. On fight night, the friction reached its peak, marking the beginning of their split. Davis ignored Calvin's advice during the fight because Calvin had not joined the training camp.
Hey Tank, real talk. Will Calvin be with you on this fight? Come on, you Tank. Huh? Will Calvin be with you on this fight?
I don't know. We gotta see.
What do you think about the guy yelling in the back? Did that kind of get...
Davis felt Ford no longer had the right to advise him since he didn't make the effort to attend camp. During the later rounds, when Ford told him to be more careful, Davis yelled, "Calvin, calm down and listen to me." The outburst was considered disrespectful by many in the boxing community.
And he know when I go spend time with my piece, I'm going through things. You know what I'm saying? When he was there, at least I know where he was at. Because it was something that we didn't want to do. It was something that we normally do.
One fan said, "I feel sorry for Calvin. Tank is rude and disrespectful. He wouldn't be where he is without him." Another fan said, "If I had someone like Calvin Ford in my life, I'd be grateful forever. He'd never lack anything." Others called Tank ungrateful and wicked, saying he often calls Calvin his dad, but doesn't treat him like one.
Let me get the
Cal, you gotta calm down, listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
was trying to get it. There you go. There you go. That's what I did to do. There you go. Stay good. Stay focused. That was a good round. You got me? Turn up now. I want all three of these.
Before the split became public, the team tried to claim that Calvin was simply taking a step back and that the training structure remained unchanged. Reporters clarified that they were not suggesting a breakup or conflict between the two.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so, it's something we gotta work on in the corner, for sure.
They only asked if the temporary separation made their bond stronger, like family members who appreciate each other more after time apart. Ford responded, "No. He came to see me slow down, worrying about me. I spend time with my amateurs, that's my peace." Even though he was not directly training Tank, knowing that Tank was consistently training still gave Ford some reassurance.
This question is for Coach Calvin Ford. This is Matt from Brunch Boxing.
Well,
now, we know that Tank has talked in the past about retiring, leaving the game of boxing. As someone that's had Tank since basically he was a pup and you've raised him as a...
Hunter said, "Calvin will be there. Coach Barry will be there. Coach Boogie will be there, and Kenny will also be there." He explained that while Calvin and Kenny wouldn't be in Tank's corner, the rest of the coaching structure would remain. He emphasized that this wasn't the first time changes occurred in Tank's corner, and that the internet often spreads misinformation. He added that Tank is like family.
After tonight,
I like to see Tank to do what he want to do. I said at the last press conference. Y'all gotta understand, them guys been doing it since they was little. This might energize them again.
Oh yeah. In fact, he backstage right now talking about he want a rematch.
Mac, no, backstage, you want to go to the gym right now.
Hey, Tank, real talk. Will Calvin be with you on this fight? Come on, you saying? Huh? Will Calvin be with you on this fight?
I don't know. Gotta see.
What do you think about the guy yelling in the back? Did that kind of get...
Fans initially believed the situation was a temporary shakeup and that everything would return to normal after a few months. Prime video cameras also caught Davis arguing with Ford in the corner between rounds, repeatedly shouting, "Listen to me." Now, however, Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis are distancing themselves from Tank in response to his latest domestic violence case. They say they are determined to take a stand against any form of